experience when he worked at a security company in Tokyo. The company F, which is the actual identity, is sealed, although it's obvious if some knowledge about security companies in Japan is an existing company. This is what Mr. I experienced a few years ago when he was working at a security company. Mr. I became a sales division manager at Company F, located in Tokyo, Japan. F just recently relocated one of its offices to another part in Tokyo. Mr. I also relocated its workplace to transfer of the office. However, just after the relocation, the security officers employed at the office started to protest about what is going on during the nights. Give me a break. Have mercy on us. Usually, every security company have a division for a night shifts to receive emergency calls from the clients and its security products. It was the staffs who were in charge of this task who were complaining the most. It's a 24-hour service after all. Mr. I, who were obviously annoyed by these complaints, decided to ask for the details. What they say is that during the night, they hear a large sound, something like a long plastic ruler slamming against the metal desk. Slap, slap. Once they face towards the origin of the sound, they hear a female voice speaking something like,
Right? Isn't it?
some dialogue of a person asking questions to them right in front of their ears. It's just the scariest shit up to now. Yes, they are distracted from their duty. The next day, when Mr. I commuted to the office was heavily infested and was a mess. Everything on the desk was scattered all over the floor, and instead glass pieces were sprinkled. Looking up, every ceiling fluorescent lamps had exploded, explaining the origin of the glass. A burglary? He thought. Once he viewed across the room, stunned, he discovered a young security officer holding an air gun shivering from its spine in the corner.
Why in the fuck are you doing this?
I shouted.
Oh, Mr. Manager, I was scared. I was really scared.
The young man had a facial expression as he met a Buddha in hell. His face was unbelievably pale from his face to his hand holding the rifle.
Now tell me, what happened? Say it.
Mr. I genuinely asked. The young security officer also seemed to have experienced the same issue as the other men. He fired at random with his protective air gun that he had smuggled, to creating this mess.
Now why the hell did you do such a stupid thing?
No one can bear that thing. You should say a lie, and you should know what I mean.
The young man quit his job within a day. One day, after some 3 months passed, a cell phone rang, and it was a call from his boss. Due to an extreme shortage of labor resources, the boss asked Mr. I to do the night duty that day.
I'm in the sales division. You're calling the wrong person, sir,
said Mr. I.
Please. Can't have nobody on the phone during the night. Please do this for us,
said the boss. Reluctantly, he stayed in front of the line of the day. After nothing significant happening, he decided to take some nap after midnight. On the moment, he puts his sleeping bag in the front of the floor. Slap, slap. A dry hammering sound echoed through the room along with the sound of barefoot walking. Slip.
This is it? This is what the young fellow was talking about.
Mr. I had to lit up the room immediately. He rushed to the switch and turned on the lights. The room became bright again along with the familiar machine noise. That sound ended as soon as he was released from the bottom of his heart. Slam, slam, bang, bang, came louder and louder, and at first it sounded like a plastic ruler slamming it. It has evolved to the sound of bare hands slamming the desk. The noise became louder and louder. Bang, bang, bang. The room looked empty and quiet. Everything looked as normal, intact. The echo of the sound is now vibrating through the windows. He realized being in this room is next to impossibility. But before he leaves, he must call his boss in a different office in the city nearby to redirect all the callers arriving to the office to a different office. The company, which is active in the greater Kanto area, has a large branch company around the area. He rushed to the phone and has dialed his boss while the begging continues.
Hello, this is the branch office. O of F Security Garden. Company, how may I help you?
Oh, this is Hai from the head office. I'm going to retreat from the office. Please transfer all the calls from here now on.
What? Are you kidding? Stop causing troubles. We can't do that.
But there are ghosts in this room. I can't stay here any longer.
What the bloody hell are you saying? Calm down. You can't believe me, it's true. Hey,
Can't you hear that sound?
As soon as Mr. I turned the headset towards the office, the official certification from the Public Safety Commission, which is decorated on the wall inside of a glass frame, slammed to the ground, shattering debris everywhere. Finally, the other side of the phone realized that something is not normal.
Alright. You can redirect the calls, but when you leave the office, go to the convenience store, buy some salt and pour it into your office, right?
Yes, sir.
I just want to say you deserve every bit of this for doing naughty things in the middle of the night.
Mr. I was thinking about vacating the office immediately, but his words brought him back to sanity for a moment.
Have I done anything naughty?
Of course you brought some hot chicks in the office and it was having a fun night. Young people these days.
What? A woman?
Then, who's that lady you're playing with?
I'm alone for the whole time.
Get the fuck out of there. Now.
Half crying, Mr. I switched the line in transfer mode and jumped out from the office. Although he was instructed by some salt and poured into the front of the office, obviously he wasn't in that mood, and stayed at the convenience center until the sun rose. The next day, he had one last remaining job he had no choice but to do, to submit a written petition to the executive managers to relocate the office again. The sales division manager and the rest of the employees strongly requested the relocation of the office, as the safety of the employees as well as the execution of the normal business occupation cannot be guaranteed due to the paranormal activities. Are you sane? At the grand meeting, both Mr. I as well as the others wore more unusually fancy suits during the attendance, where every executive manager staring at them in amazement.
You're playing with us. Of course it costs you to decide whether to relocate the office in the current destination along with millions and millions of fians, not to mention all the paperwork, tax payment, and
declarations to the local government.
You're crazy, aren't you? We have solid evidence here.
Sir, Mr. I countered. Mr. I, along with the staff members, brought the tape player onto the desk. As security company, all dialogue done during the incident were recorded in tape, which they extracted.
And I just want to say, you deserve every bit of this for not or doing naughty things in the middle of the night.
Have I said anything naughty?
Of course you brought some hot chicks in the office and was having fun, right? Young people these days.
Is it about me?
A woman? Then who's that lady you're playing with?
I'm alone for the whole time.
Oh, are you sure?
Get the fuck out of there now.
Maybe that's better.
The tape ends with the sound of Mr. I switching to the redirection mode. The decision to relocate the office was determined on the very day. Although whether the story is true or not is debatable, the company does exist, and the fact that the office was relocated twice in 3 months is also on the record. It is said that the tape, which is now known as the tape of moving out, is still being carefully sealed off and preserved at the company.